6:15 on Saturday, and just got up to get ready to go and ride Tour de France route stage 2. Okay, so I'm here in York, about to start the stage 2 of the Tour de France route for 2014. It's pretty early in the morning and I need to get going, so 200 kilometres to go. Hopefully going to be in Sheffield before it gets dark. Off we go. Okay, I've just ridden through Harrogate, which is very nice, but there's a lot of roadworks at the moment because they're resurfacing all the roads for the race to come through. I should have come down a month or two later when it's all been finished and it's a bit warmer. So as you can see, people are starting to get excited about the Tour de France coming to this area. There's a cycling festival going on, which is pretty cool. Everyone's going to get into the spirit and be out watching the race. We're in the proper countryside now in North Yorkshire. There's a wind farm just over there, and it's starting to get a little bit hilly, but it's not too bad yet. Lots of climbs to go though. Okay, so the climbing has started. This is a pretty big one, as you can see up ahead. Got over 12,000 feet of climbing on this bike ride, so there's going to be lots more where that came from. Okay, so I'm in the Yorkshire Dales now. The roads have turned really nice, a bit more quiet. Okay, so I'm in Haworth now. I've just ridden up a really steep hill, but Haworth's a lovely place. Lots of cobbled streets, nice parks, very hilly though, and this is really where the ride is going to start getting very hilly. So I've got to make sure that I keep drinking lots of drink, eating lots of food, and keeping my energy up. So I don't know if you can tell, but the wind is really strong up here. I'm up on the moors above Hebden Bridge, and I'm fighting a really tough headwind going right into it, and it's really tiring me out. Well, that was Hebden Bridge, or So Hebden Bridge, as the sign says. I've just dropped down off the moors where it was ridiculously windy, misty, quite difficult to ride, to be honest. But now I've just come down a really fast descent. It was great fun. So I've made it to Cragvale. Cyclist just going past. And this is the longest continuous climb in England, 8.38 kilometres or 5.5 miles. I'll let you know how I get on at the top. Probably going to be pretty tired. I'm up at the top of Cragvale now. That was a really hard climb. It's so windy up here, and it's right in your face as well, so it's just blowing you back all the time, and it's really hard fighting against it. I've made it to the top. It's actually quite nice and sunny up here. Okay, so my friend Mark has joined me here. We've just made it to Holmfirth. Up in the distance there, there's a big mast, and we've got to get to the top of there. It's a long way, it's going to be hard. I've got 140 kilometres in my legs, so I'm going to need all the encouragement I can get. So, Mark's just gone past. We're just at the top of Home Moss Climb now. That was really hard. It's really taking it out of us. We're up at the top now, so you can see Holmfirth down at the bottom, really good view. And now I've got a good descent, hopefully it won't be too windy. Okay, so we've made it to the Mustard Pot pub, which is just into Sheffield. 167 kilometres done, and the tour route does continue on into Bradfield and Uterbridge and then into the centre of Sheffield, but I live around the corner and this is where my journey ends. So it's been a really hard ride. Okay, I'm back. We're here at the Mustard Pot, just on the border of Sheffield, and today, 1 month later, I'm going to try and complete the rest of the Stage 2 route. Off I go. Okay, I'm just climbing up from Midhope Stones now, up on the Strines Road, and this is a pretty good climb, as you can see in front. The road's been resurfaced though. It's a nice sunny day at the moment, so I'm just going to keep going. Okay, so I'm just at the top of the climb out of Midhope Stones, and I'm just about to drop down a really steep descent on the Strines Road. As you can see from the sign, 25%, so that's every 4 metres it goes forwards, it goes down 1 metre. Nice greeting from the people of Yorkshire. Hey up TdF! Okay, so I'm here in High Bradfield. Just come down a really nice descent, and now I'm going to go along Kirkhead Road and then drop down into Uterbridge, where there's another fun, fast descent, and then a really hard climb going up Uterbridge Lane, or as it's known locally, Jawbone Hill. Okay, I've just dropped down Church Street in Uterbridge. Really fast descent, still got the last little bit to go. And then we've got Jawbone Hill, which is a really, really stiff climb, which you can just see over there in the distance. Okay, I'm just riding up Jawbone Hill. It's pretty steep and it's pretty long, and I'm only about a third of the way up it, so I've got to keep pedalling, keep going. You can see where the top of the hill is up in the distance. Still a long way to go. I'm here at the top of Jawbone Hill. It's a big climb, but not too bad, not too long compared to a lot of the other climbs earlier in the stage, and not as steep as Jenkin Hill, which is the steepest hill on Stage 2 of the Tour de France. Probably the steepest hill while the Tour is in for all 3 stages, so we've got that to look forward to. Parkwood Springs, this is one of Sheffield's mountain bike venues. We run our schools championship here every year, where we get all the schools to come and compete, and it's right by the route of the Tour de France, so should be a really, really good place to watch the race go past. Okay, I'm down into Burngreave now, and this is really the kind of urban Sheffield where there are going to be thousands of people watching the race, lining the route and having a really, really big party, enjoying themselves and celebrating the race. Okay, I'm here at the bottom of Jenkin Road. It's the last climb before the end of Stage 2, and it's the steepest. It's about 30%. Lots of people come up with lots of different values for it, but it's pretty steep, no matter how many percent you say it is or isn't. So I'm gonna have a go now, see if we can get to the top without stopping. I'm sure I'll be alright. Off I go. Okay, so I've just been up Jenkin Road. It's very steep. It does climb up quite high, but it's not too long, so it's not really proved any problem for me, but the riders in the Tour have already done about 200 kilometres by the time they get here, so it could make or break the race. Okay, so I'm here at busy Meadow Hall, River Don below me, and Meadow Hall Shopping Centre just next to the river. We're very, very close to the end of the race now. We've just got to get to Don Valley. There's going to be loads and loads of things going on around Meadowhall, the Don Valley Bowl and the finish itself. This is near the finish line now. It's very nice wide roads, which means that if the riders bunch together near the end of the race, then they will have enough space to have a good sprint. I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're going to see a breakaway sooner on in the race because there are so many big, hard, steep hills that will break the riders up. That's just my opinion. It's the Tour de France and anything can happen. Okay, I'm just going basically to the finish line now. This is Sheffield Arena and the finish line is going to be just down here on Attercliffe Common. It's going to be a really, really exciting race on the 6th of July, which is a Sunday. Get yourselves down onto the route and go and watch it because it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. I hope you really enjoy the weekend.